Then obviously rolling out EBDO and getting data onto its own carrier, we gain more efficiency. But the point is, those increases over time, those efficiencies that were gained became less and less, and now it's fairly marginal. So if you look, LTE really isn't any more efficient transmitting a bit from point A to point B on the network. It's that it's being given so much more spectrum to do so. It's, the way I look at it is, a town grows up, it's got a dirt road and it's not very crowded and everybody's on horseback. It serves the town well. Maybe that was 1G. 2G, we got to paving the road. 3G, we've gotten to widening the road. Now with 4G, we need to build a superhighway. But I think the thing that's being misconstrued is that when you build a superhighway, you're not going to let one car go down it and use all the lanes by traveling 120 miles an hour, because then they'd have to pay all the tolls. So I'm being very cautious on what LTE is. To me, it's the idea of hotspot deployments in areas that are very capacity constrained to accommodate that growth that I showed you on the prior slide, that data growth that's coming at us. So I really don't think about it yet as providing these new applications or capabilities that are going to require these incredible data rates. Sure, you can stream an HDTV stream over LTE. I doubt that there's going to be any one user willing to pay for using all that capacity today. That's not to say I don't expect to see data speeds used as marketing tools by the operators, and I think we will actually see early in the network deployments a difference in speed on LTE. But I think the main thrust here is all about capacity. Sort of reminds me back in the 90s, for any of you who were in the industry then, we had the PCS auctions. And they were purported to be something new. We were going to have new technology where I'd pay a different rate when I was in a building, and then when I was pedestrian, I'd pay another rate, and then when I was in my car using the macro cellular network, I'd use another rate, or I'd be charged another rate. In the end, it ended up being a big spectrum auction to introduce new operators to the market doing doing the same things. I look at LTE more as a big spectrum auction, but not to say that it's not important. It's very important because we need that capacity, we need that spectrum to accommodate all this usage that's coming at us on the networks. So, hotspot deployments. I also think that we're going through this phenomenon right now. Is how many of you watch video on your wireless devices? Look at a YouTube video, look at a clip. Okay, the economics of doing that under an all-you-can-eat rate plan will eventually break. So the stories that I hear when the iPhone got to 1 million downloads of the Sling app, those economics just aren't going to bear out because the resource required to provide video on the network is so extreme. And I think you see some early examples of operators starting to do some things with their rate plans that are reflective of that, right? Going to buckets of usage rather than all you can eat. So I also think the economics are going to change, and that's why we need more spectrum, more capacity to enable, I think, more people to do the things we're already doing today. I have no doubt, though, that some bright app developer will come up